How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. How we doing? Coming at you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas, as we do each and every day, Monday through Friday. We didn't come yesterday, but we're back today. How's everybody doing? It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. Like I just mentioned, I'm coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. You know, I've been in Texas now for how long have I been in Texas? Coming up on 15 years. Yeah, long time. How we doing? How was everybody's night? How was everybody's Wednesday? Hump day, as we call it, yesterday. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, today's Thursday. Yeah. But if you're just joining us, we're here to talk about all things type 2 diabetes. Right? All things insulin resistance, all things erectile dysfunction, PCOS. Like, where does all that stuff come from? That stuff come from somewhere? Yeah, it comes from somewhere. And it's called our diet and lifestyle choices. That's where all this stuff comes from. Because we're here to talk today about type 2 diabetes specifically and how you can defeat this monster. Because here it is, folks. Type 2 diabetes is a monster. Let me move this over. Like something out of a boogeyman movie. Hold on. Let me bring this. Hold on. Let me play around with my stuff here. All righty. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, yeah. Now, like I was saying, how's everybody doing? Thanks for joining me. I'm letting you know that this type 2 diabetes is something out of a scary movie. But at the end of the scary movie, the hero of the movie always finds a way to defeat the villain. The villain always loses at the end. And what is the villain in this case? Oh, yeah, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, high blood sugar, the spikes, the highs, the lows, the blood sugar roller coaster. We're going to find out how to get off of that, because you actually can get off of the blood sugar roller coaster. And you probably see the title up here. It says, type 2 diabetic, is that you? Now is not a good time. Well, now is the only time. Now is the only time that you have. Because tomorrow, you know how it goes. It's not promised to any of us. Now is not a good time for type 2 diabetes. That's what a lot of people say. Now is not a good time. Now is not a good time for me to put in the work that is required to kick this condition. Because I got things to do, right? I got to hang out with the kids. I got this going on. I'm too busy for this. Now is not a good time. But now is the only time. It's the only time that you got, folks. We'll talk more about that. But how's it going? How's everybody doing? My name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. where we talk about all things type 2 diabetes. My story, like, why do you talk about type 2 diabetes? Well, insulin resistance is high blood sugar and PCOS. Well, it's because I experienced the same thing. I know what it feels like to have type 2 diabetes. I know what it feels like to have heart diseases is what I had. So I had type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. And what was crazy is I was diagnosed this all at the very same doctor's visit. The same doctor's visit, folks. It's called the hat trick. If you've ever watched hockey, it's when they throw their hats on the ground and say, you did a great job. You scored 3 goals in one game. But you see, for me, no. It wasn't time for celebration. You want to know what it was time for? It was time for some deep reflection on the choices and the habits and the rituals that have led me to the point of now being diagnosed with diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, all at the very same doctor's visit. Wasn't time for celebrations. It's time for deep reflection, folks. Who's ever experienced that before? Have you ever gotten to that point where you just like something like this type 2 diabetes and the insulin resistance is just getting so out of hand as you do anything to get rid of it? You just got to that point. You've had that day. Put me in the chat if you've had that day. And I'm like, well, what day is that? The day that you said, enough is enough, damn it. I'm at my threshold of pain. I can't do this anymore. Is there another way? If you're at that point, put a me in the chat. Kind of like how I was. I was getting desperate. I put a me in the chat. You've gone to the doctor and they gave you that diagnosis of, hey, you got diabetes or heart disease like I had too as well, and obesity. And then it just feels like there's no way out. You gotten to that point, put a me in the chat. How's everybody doing? My name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Do me a favor and tap in with me and let me know where you from. Where you from? What city are you from? What country are you from? What state you're from? What do we talk about? We talk about all things type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, high blood sugar. All right. My name's Kelley, certified holistic nutritionist. I'm going to teach you how to defeat it using the power of just your lifestyle. Because here it is, folks. You can take medication until you're blue in the face, but nothing is going to happen unless you change predominantly what you're eating. But when you change your lifestyle, what do you got to change? Your lifestyle. The hardest thing out there to do. A lot of people say, like I said earlier, now is not a good time. Now is not a good time to change my lifestyle. Because I got this going on, that going on, this going on. But I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to say it again, folks. Now is the only time. Now is the only time to change your lifestyle. Because like I told you earlier, tomorrow's not promised to any of us. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition, lifestyle. My sister passed away 2 years ago at the age of 55 years old in her sleep due to complications from, you guessed it, diabetes. So, folks, now is the only time. Now, let's get into it. My name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Talk about all things type 2 diabetes. Let's get into your questions. Y'all got questions. I got answers. Questions, answers. And then also, when y'all coming in, do me a favor, bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and then share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. You struggling with type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, you struggling with all of that, erectile dysfunction, and you don't want to struggle with it anymore. If that's you, or if you know somebody like that, you send this live over there. You forward this live over there to them, because we're going to have some fun today. What are we going to do? Talk to what is insulin resistance, and then what is it that you got to change? We talked about changing your lifestyle. Well, what in what areas, Kelley? Let's talk about that. And then finally, we're going to talk about some eating. Whoo! But most importantly, we're going to get into your questions. So the more questions y'all got, the more fun we're going to have on this live. So the more questions y'all got, the more fun we're going to have. That's it. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, bebop that screen and share this live out. And then also the 14-day challenge. Probably see up there as well. Join the 14-day challenge. Now is the only time. So join the 14-day challenge. What is it? It is a nutrition blueprint that says if you follow this nutrition blueprint, like over 300 people have done on this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, you are going to get the same or similar results as they got. Well, what kind of results are those, Kelley? Well, someone took their A1C from an 8 to a 6. Someone took their number A1C from a 7.1 to a 5.7. Someone took their blood sugar from a 500 to a 173, and they were on day 8. That's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Click the link, more about it in my bio. There's a lot of freebies on there as well. Quiz, masterclass, all that's linked in my bio. So let's get to these questions. You got a question? All right, answer it. Ask it. Here we go. My husband is doing wonderful with your program. Okay. That's my man, Mr. Franklin. Shout out to you. Shout out to Trini Girl, Mr. Franklin. Here's a nice name. It's a very traditional name. But yeah, I'm glad that he's doing well. Glad that he's doing well in that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. For instance, he sent me an email. Trini Girl's husband sent me an email and said, what did it say? Yeah, his numbers are doing amazing. He's checked his A1C again, and it went from a 7.7, where it started, to a 6.6. That's 1.1 point. It dropped by simply changing what you're eating. Folks, that's it, folks. It's mainly what you're eating. There's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar, but it's predominantly what you're eating. That's what it is. Predominantly what you're eating. Okay? You fix that, whoo, sky's the limit. Everything else will fall into place. Yeah, there's other things that contribute, but it's mainly what you're eating. All right, watching, no doubt. What do we do to change our lifestyle? I'm going to teach you the lifestyle medicine formula coming up. It's called the freedom formula. Having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, and effective sleep. Those are the 4 areas that you got to master. Peaceful mind, stress, active body, moving your body, clean eating, cutting out the crap, okay? Effective sleep. Those are the areas we're going to talk about. What should my sugar level be first thing in the morning? Below 100. Between 70 and 100. That's where you want it to be. Between 70 and 100. Anything above that is we hanging out in the danger zone. Anything above 100. That's awesome to drop an A1C like that. Yeah, it is, Tina. It is awesome. Just from what you are eating. Because I got a little secret for you, Tina. That's what it is. that's what it is. You know? Yeah. Yes, we're good. Yeah, Trini Girl. That's amazing. Shout out to Mr. Franklin and his progress after joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. How long has he been, Trini Girl, if you don't mind me asking, how long has he been dealing with type 2 diabetes? How long has he been dealing with it? It's been a couple of months, couple of weeks, couple of years. I mean, whoa, how long are we talking here? My husband is having a hard time controlling his blood sugar. If your husband's having a hard time controlling his blood sugar, my recommendation would be to be just like Trini Girl and her husband, to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 10 years, her husband has been dealing with it. Now, after joining the 14-day challenge, just by changing what he's eating, that's it. In as little as 14 days, your body will do your body will go like, thank you. That's all that you just, your body's like, please give me what I need. And what is it that I need? And what is it that your body needs? Your body needs real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's what it means. That's what it needs. Okay. And if you give it that, I'm just using common logic here, folks. And if you give it that, it literally will heal itself. Yeah. It will heal itself. Yeah, he's lost some weight and wants to know how to put, he's concerned about how to put it back on. Yeah, you're going to lose some weight. You're going to lose some weight during the process. These 14 days, there's been people who have lost weight, but here it is. These people have been lost 15 pounds. Some people are already slim. They don't want to lose anymore, but that's all right. Let's fix the insulin resistance first. Once we fix that, then we can put the weight back on safely. All right. But then there's also other folks who say that they just want to lose weight and they don't ever want to put it back on. You know what I'm saying? If that's you, if you want to lose weight and never put it back on, if that's you, and the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name. What is it? It is a nutrition blueprint. It says if you follow this nutrition blueprint, what are we eating? Like I said, real whole unprocessed foods, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs. It's what you're eating. How do you join? I'll show you how to join. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here it is. Hello, I'm actually just signing on. What's the process of knowing the 14-day? Here it is right here. If you click right up here, oh, and do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen and share this live out with any, double tap that screen. Here it is. I'm going to show you what the challenge is. Click right here, and then you click on my picture again. You got to click on my picture again, and you got to come here. You're going to come to my page. It's going to be right here. Here it is. Here we go. There it is right there. You see that link that says Linktree? Boom. Click on that link that says Linktree, and it's going to take you to my page. There it is. There it is. That's where all the goodies are, folks. Now, this link is like Disney World for someone who is suffering from type 2 diabetes. If you're suffering from high blood sugar and all of that jazz, all of that, just erectile dysfunction and all of that, here it is. This link's like Disney World. Very first thing on there is the quiz. Yeah, there it is. Take the quiz, folks. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. 2-minute quiz. There's a free masterclass. There's a masterclass right there, absolutely free, folks. All you got to do is pay attention. Go over the lifestyle medicine formula. It's absolutely free. Just pay attention. That's it. But here it is. Here's the big one right here. But this one, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Now, this one is for real people looking for real results, real people like Trini Girl's husband, Mr. Franklin, real people getting real results in as little as 14 days. Folks, I get a lot of emails a day, okay? Emails and text messages and all kinds of stuff with these amazing results in as little as 14 days. Now, this, folks, but this challenge is only if you're ready to take control of your blood sugar. Only. That's who it's only for you. If that's you, if you are ready to take control of your blood sugar, you say, that's me. Then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for you. It's $99 to join the challenge. But if you use the live discount code ESCAPE, $79 to join the challenge. Everything's free on the page. The quiz is free. The masterclass is free. Everything's free. Only thing that I got to charge you for is for the challenge. It's because it's real people getting real results. 14 days. There have been people who've been taken off of their medication by the doctor. I'm not making this stuff up. The stories come in. And she even came on live and told it. That the doctor took her off her medication, the glipizide and the metformins and GLP-1s in 14 days. After 14 days. That's the power of food, folks. And that's all we're doing in this challenge. That's all we're doing in this challenge. This 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's $99. But if you use that live discount code ESCAPE, we'll pull it up over here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, ESCAPE. Use that live discount code ESCAPE. You're joining the challenge for 20% off. $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Why is it called a challenge? Because I'm going to take you outside of your comfort zone. That's why. That's why it's called a challenge. Okay? Because that's what we're going to be doing. But here's the thing. Everything that you want and don't have is literally outside of your comfort zone. So let's get into it. Use that discount code ESCAPE. You want to join that challenge. It is a nutrition blueprint. It says if you follow this nutrition blueprint for 14 days, like I did, like so many other people have done, ESCAPE is the discount code. Iggy's Gaga, yeah, that is totally worth your life. I would hope that it is. I hope $79 is worth your life. You know what I mean? I'm not the doctor, folks. I'm not saying I'm a miracle, you know what I mean, whoever. I don't have a medical license. But I can tell you this. So I can't tell you to get off your medication or get off your medication or you stay on medication. But I can tell you this. It's predominantly what you're eating. I am a nutritionist. I do know a thing or two about food. I do know a thing or two about lived experience. What about drinking? Okay, nope. Drinking what? Alcohol? No. Alcohol and Paul in no form or fashion, shape, form, or fashion is going to be your friend. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, it ain't going to be your friend. If you're suffering from it bad. Let's just say you reverse the condition. You restore your pancreas and your liver and all of that stuff's all good. You're out of the red. You get out of the red, okay, yeah. If you choose to partake in alcohol, that's your choice. You're okay. But when you're in the red, whoo, nah, boss. It's not your friend. It's not your friend. I'm gonna show you my story. Here's my story. A little bit about, I told you before I had diabetes, heart disease, obesity. I told you I had that before. Do me a favor, folks, and put the word new in the chat. Put new in the chat if you're new here. Here it is, folks. Here's what you call having diabetes, heart disease, and being obesity. All at the very, I got this diagnosis all at the very same doctor's visit, folks, for both cameras. You see that? Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. So I don't have no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. That's all gone. Why? How? How? It's because I had to do the work. That's it. Had to do the work, folks. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. See how many inches I lost off my waist there? A couple of inches. Now I'm pointing at you because you're the next person. You're the next person that's going to defeat this condition. Just like so many other people have done. I'm losing weight. Okay. Are you trying to lose weight? I don't know if to celebrate you or is that a good thing or not a good thing? I don't know. Lady J, what do you mean by that? But here's the thing, folks. Like I said, type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. It is. You're trying to lose the weight. Good. Amazing. What did you do? I'm glad you're losing the weight. That's what you're playing. If that's what the plan is, we love it. Shout out to you, Lady J. Yeah. Why is now not a good time? Because now is the only time. You may say, it's not a good time to change my lifestyle. Even though type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition, it was caused by my diet and lifestyle. Now is not a good time to change. And as a result, the more and more we wait, the worse, the more and more insulin resistant we become. The more sugar that's glycating, destroying our cells, has a chance to develop. And as a result of too much sugar piling up on your hemoglobin, your red blood cells, us human beings, we age a lot faster than what we need to, like a lot faster, like 15, 20 years too soon. That's why we pass away at the age of, 55 years old, like I tell you earlier, like my sister did. So folks, when we say now is not a good time to change our lifestyle, now is the only time. My A1C went from a 5.7 to a 5.9. I've been dieting and lost over 25 pounds. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Went from a 5.7 to a 5.9. I've been dieting. Yeah. Diet it's predominantly what you're eating. We have to dig into what you've been eating. Have you been eating real whole unprocessed foods? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, a lot of beans. Leaner sources of protein, chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs. All right. Are you eating it in the right order? If you've been struggling with that and you're able, you feel you've been eating correctly, you feel you've been moving your body, you feel you've been doing all of that. If you're struggling with that, if that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Like I told you before, it's real people getting real results in 14 days. What kind of results? Oh yeah, like people being taken off their medication by the doctor. I'm not a doctor. I can't take you off your medication. I don't have the audacity. Okay? I don't have the unmitigated gall, okay, to take you off. I don't have the kahunas to take you off your medication. I can't do that. But what I can tell you is the people who have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and showed up, did the work every single day. And there's a nutrition blueprint. It's going to be hard. It's going to take you outside of your comfort zone. That's the point, to take you outside of your comfort zone. You step outside of your comfort zone for 14 days. I'm going to show you the whole time. You're going to say, you're going to answer yourself the whole time. Like, oh yeah, it was the food the whole time. You're like, I've been dealing with this for 10 plus years, like Trina Girl's husband was 10 plus years. Now, in as little as 2 weeks, his whole trajectory has changed. You know how many years he's added back to his life? By knocking all of that sugar knocking all that sugar out, a lot of years. Quality of life goes up in an instant. If you want your quality of life to go up in an instant, and what I mean by an instant is 2 weeks, you're going to have to put in the work, though. I can't do it for you. You can't get these amazing results like people are getting without putting in the work first. Because there ain't no way around that. You can tiptoe and dance. You know what I'm saying? You can do all the tiptoeing and dancing around and like trying to avoid it as much as you possibly can. but it's staring at you right in the face, folks. It's called, you're going to have to change your lifestyle, what you are eating specifically. So now is not a good time. No. Now is the only time. If you're ready for change, if you're ready for a lifestyle change, if that's you, if you're ready to take back your blood sugar, if you're ready to take back your health, if that's you, but only if it's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ESCAPE. $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But there's a lot of freebies on my page as well. There's a lot of goodies, a lot of freebies. But for those folks who are serious, you say, I'm serious, that's me. Challenge is calling your name. Why is not, yep, I answered that one, yep. All of that, turkey and tofu are my favorite, yeah. Turkey, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs, chicken, fish, whatever you prefer, whatever your protein of choice is, just make sure it's the leaner sources of protein. Now, when we go into this Thanksgiving things coming up, folks, don't be eating the processed meats. We ain't eating the sausages and the bacons and those are sausages and bacons, and we got to leave those alone. And the salamis and the pepperonis, folks, that's called processed meat. We don't want processed meat. We want to stay away from that. You know, turkey bacon included. Somebody asked about turkey. I don't mind that. Is it downloadable? It is going to be yours. It is very downloadable, okay? All right. It's delivered to you right away, digitally. So absolutely. You get to log into your own portal. You got your portal, right? It's your portal. It's your challenge portal. Everybody's got their own challenge portal. You get to log in and a password. Immediately. Reset it. That's it. You're inside of the challenge. Go to work. That's it. Go to work. If you want to join that challenge, if you're ready for change, you click that link in my description. Click right up here. You click on my picture again. Use that discount code ESCAPE. You're going to escape. What are you escaping? What do you're like, well, why is it called ESCAPE? Why is the discount code ESCAPE? Well, the discount code is ESCAPE because that's exactly what you're going to escape. It's exactly what you're going to escape. The bottomless pit of more and more medication. That's what you're going to escape. Use that discount code. All right. Is plant-based food only? No, it's not plant-based food only. Like I said, you're going to be eating a wide variety of stuff. If you want to just stick to plant-based foods only, that's your prerogative. But here's the thing. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs, fish. Not to brag, but my A1C is a 4.5. Not to brag. You know, that's funny. You know, when folks say that, they say, you know what I mean? Right before they say something to you, but no disrespect. But right before that means, and when they say no disrespect, that means they're about to get very disrespectful. Yeah, it's funny. Is Canadian bacon good? It's good, but it ain't good for you. Okay, I've been in Canada a time or two, or 3 or 4. I've been in Canada a whole hell of a lot. I've been in Canada at least probably, I don't know, 10 times, maybe 12, 13. I've been in Canada a lot. Hi. Don't know why drink light beer don't know why drinking light beer about 15 every 3 days levels will stay normal. It really works. Wow. 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 You're telling me that you drink light beer. You drink light beer, about 15 of them. Sounds like what you're saying. And then you do that every 3 days, and that keeps your blood sugar stable. Yeah. I wouldn't advise that, Duck. I wouldn't advise that. Okay. Speaking of that, let's talk about insulin resistance. Talk about drinking a lot of alcohol. Here's what insulin resistance is like. Insulin, folks, is the most important hormone in the body. Insulin. So becoming insulin resistant or becoming a pre-diabetic means that you're already becoming resistant to the most important hormone in your body. So a lot of people say, well, what about insulin? What about pre-diabetes? What about if I'm a pre-diabetic? Does that mean anything? If I'm a pre-diabetic, should I care if I'm a pre-diabetic? Should you care? Hell yeah, you should care. Why? Because that means that you're already developed insulin resistance. It just simply means that it hasn't gotten bad yet. So a lot of people say, someone said earlier, not to brag, but theirs is a 4.5, 4.5, their A1C. So when you're at a 4.5, that means you should be very, very insulin sensitive. But a lot of people can have a 4.5 A1C and still be insulin resistant. Isn't it crazy how some people's bodies work? So folks, don't let that number fool you. It's a great marker, but it can be deceiving as well. So insulin resistance is like this. Back to Duck story. Insulin resistance is like, what people are like, well, why am I insulin resistant? Why do I have to use more and more and more insulin? People are like, if I'm a type 2 diabetic, if I've got too much insulin, that's because that's the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes means that you've got too much, you don't have enough insulin. Type 2 diabetes means that you got too much insulin. So that's the difference between the two. Type 1, you don't have any. Type 2, you've got too much. So when people say, well, what about when I get a prescription from the doctor? Like I tell you before, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you to get off on your medication. But here's what I am telling you. When you inject more and more insulin, what you're doing is you're attempting to override the system. When you go more and more and more and more and more insulin, you're attempting to override the system. You're like, well, what do you mean override the system? Well, you're insulin resistant. So if you're resistant, what is the best way to get through the resistance? Oh yeah, bring in reinforcements, AKA from the outside. So you get more and more and more and more and more insulin. Why do you have to do more and more and more and more and more insulin? It's because you're resistant to it. The more you use, the more resistant you become to it. Like for instance, like Duck story. Said drink 15 beers. Okay? That's what he said. Reason that anyone can drink 15 beers is because they build up what's called a tolerance to it. A tolerance to beer. So you got to have more and more and more and more and more beer to get to that point where you feel a little buzz. That's because your cells have built up a resistance to the alcohol. Okay? Does it make sense to you folks? It's the same thing that's happening with your cells. Your cells have built up a tolerance to the insulin. So as a result, now you're insulin resistant. Now you got to have more and more and more and more and more. But the thing is, if someone drinks too much, if someone's an alcoholic, do you give them more alcohol? No. That's not what you would do. It would be gone. No more alcohol. And then your cells will start becoming sensitive to alcohol again. So you go by, a month will go by, you drink a beer, you're like, woo, I feel that. I feel it now. But before, remember, it took you 12 or 15? And it's the same thing that happens to the insulin, folks. So if you're suffering from insulin resistance, the idea of just getting more and more and more and more and more medicate, more and more and more insulin, you're just making the problem worse. That's what you're doing. Because you're already resistant. You got to dial it back. You dial it back. What's causing this? High blood sugar. Everything that we're eating. All of the junk food that we're eating. The whole Twinkies, the ding dongs, the morning coffee with all of the sugar in it. And that's it. That's everything that's ruining our blood sugar. So that's it, folks. That's what's causing it. That's what insulin resistance is. So if this is making sense to y'all, folks, put a healthy yes in the chat. Put a healthy yes in the chat if it's making sense to you. Now that you're getting to understanding, kind of understanding more what insulin resistance is. We'll talk more about insulin resistance and getting back to your questions here, right? But yeah, it is your diet and lifestyle that has caused it, the insulin resistance. But it's predominantly what you are eating. It's predominantly what you're eating. And if you change what you're eating, man, that's going to make a world of a difference, because that's what it is. When you're diabetic, everything you're eating, everything you eat matters. I have stopped eating all sweets, stop pop. Everything you eat matters. Everything you eat matters to everybody, but especially when you're struggling with insulin resistance. You're right, because it is predominantly what you are eating. You come hang out with me in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I'm going to show you that's exactly what it was. I'm not going to show you, but the food is going to show you throughout this process. The 14-day challenge. You join this challenge, like over 300 people have joined in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You join this challenge just like them. You are going and follow and do the same stuff that they did. Go hard just like they did. What does it mean to go hard? Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. You just continue to do that day in and day out. You do that day in and day out for 14 days. There have been people who have been taken off of their medication. Okay, I'm going to say that again. I can't take you off. A1C went from an 8 to a 6. Another person went from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. Someone's blood sugar was at a 500, over 500, and then on day 8, they were at a 173 on day 8. Still got a week left. If you're frustrated and because your daily diabetes battle feels like a treadmill that you're never going to get off of, let's change that. Every day you're waking up and you just feels like when you're dealing with diabetes, it just feels like a freaking treadmill. You just on it. Non-stop, endless treadmill. If you feel like you're on the treadmill, if that's you, we're just taking more and more and more medications. then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name. You use that discount code ESCAPE. You join the challenge for 20% off. $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where it's real people just like you who've been struggling with this condition for many years, just like you, who decided to step outside of their comfort zone. Now they ain't looking back. Okay? Over 300 people have joined this challenge. What makes them any different than you? The only difference is this. They took that knowledge and used it. I'm going to teach you a whole bunch of stuff on this board today. But here's the thing. Knowledge without action is just entertainment, folks. If you're fed up with all the meds and getting nowhere, now is the time to turn it around. If you feel like you're in that bottomless pit of more, like I talked about earlier, of more and more and more medications, if you feel like that's you, that you in that bottomless pit, you just can't get out. You trying everything to get out of that pit. You ever watch that movie, The Golden Child, with Eddie Murphy? When he was like, I want the knife. Remember that part of the movie where it was like a big old pit? You didn't want to fall down that pit because it was a bottomless pit. That's what, just taking more, just relying on medication. That's all we're doing. That's what it feels like, a bottomless pit. Hi, Kelley, I'm down 40 pounds. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. What did you do to get out of the 40, lose the 40 pounds? Oh, Eva, are you from New York, Eva? You're Eva from New York, right? I think you're Eva from New York. We're BFFs. Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing, Eva. Yeah, Eva straight out of New York. Shout out. See, I remember everybody. I got a memory like a freaking, I don't know. But I can remember some things though. But oddly enough, though, I couldn't remember this guy yesterday that I refereed basketball. We did a basketball game yesterday. And he said, yeah, we refereed together last year. And oddly enough, I couldn't remember him. Oddly enough. It's been a bit. Shout out to you. I have a question. Have you years of sorbitol? Have you heard of sorbitol? Now, what is sorbitol? Is that a new medication? That a new medication? But shout out to you, Eva, for losing 40 pounds. Eva's been hanging out with me, showing up, doing the work. Eva didn't even join the challenge, but she's just showing up and doing the work. You know what that's called? That's called an action taker. Eva is what you would call someone who takes life by the reins, and she just jumps into the deep end, and then she'll figure out how to swim later. That's what I like to hear. My mom's birthday and bakery said that they use sorbitol ousted of xylitol, so it's a sugar substitute. No. Sugar substitutes: stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. If it ain't those three, put it back on the shelf. That's it, folks. We're talking about sweeteners. If it ain't stevia, if it ain't monk fruit, or if it ain't allulose, put it back on the shelf. Quickly. Yeah. Shout out to you, Eva. But that's it, folks. If you're sick of all of that, was the tired of the more and more and more mids, that's you. No. It's time to change that today. Where's the first part of change? First part of change is, if you're new to me, go take the quiz. Take the quiz. Where is it? It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. 2-minute quiz that you can take. Then there is the masterclass. There's a free masterclass, folks. A 45-minute masterclass. If you have not registered for the masterclass or watched it on the masterclass, go register for that masterclass. Those are absolutely free. All you got to do is pay attention. But for my folks who have said that they're ready for change, they're ready to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. They are ready to step outside of their comfort zone. If that's you, you ready to step outside of your comfort zone for 14 days and get with and join everybody else who over 300 people who have joined this challenge and gotten amazing results in 14 days. That's you. Then you should join the 14-day challenge. Where is it? Where is the challenge? You're like, well, where's the challenge, Kelley? Here it is. You click right here, and then you click on my picture again. You click here, and then you click on my picture again. Appreciate that, saying that, Eva. Thank you for saying that. Is it Eva or Ava? But here it is. Here it is right here. Click on that, right? You see that link that I pressed? It said link tree. You see that link? Boom. Link tree. There it is right there. Quiz, the masterclass. That's all free stuff. But then the 14, and then there's a PDF. That's absolutely free. All you got to do is pay attention. But then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This one, now this is the big one. All right? This is the big card. This is the big play. It's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you are ready to take control of your blood sugar, you say, that's me. If you raise your hand and say, I'm ready to take control of my blood sugars, that's you. Then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What are the people saying? Here's what the people are saying. They're saying, which everybody else who's come on here, they're saying if you show up and you do the work, you're going to get some amazing results. What kind of examples of results? Some of the ones I told you. Someone was taken off of their medication by the doctor 2 weeks. Someone was went from a 500 to a 173 in 8 days. Okay? Blood sugar, fasting. What are we doing? Just eating real food. That's it. Here it is. $99 to join the challenge. Right here, $99. Join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 300 people have done. But if you use that live discount code, like I said earlier, the live discount code is ESCAPE. ESCAPE is a live discount code. Use that discount code, 20% off. $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where you are going to, what are you escaping? Like I told you before, the bottomless pit, more and more medication. Join that challenge. Use that discount code, ESCAPE. Here's the thing though, folks. Managing diabetes with just medications is like trying to empty the ocean with a spoon. At least get yourself a bucket. That way kids won't laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a bucket. Trying to empty the ocean with a spoon. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen, folks. I was in the Navy, so I saw a lot of water. I know a thing or two about the ocean and how much water there is out there. Trust me, it's way more water than there is land. You ain't going to empty the ocean with a spoon. by just taking more and more and more. You can bring a whole bunch of spoons. You still ain't gonna lose it. Empty the ocean. Shout out to you, Grandma. Black Dog, what up, Black Dog? I've been listening to you and purchased a glucose meter. I went from a 126 to a 98 in a few weeks. Shout out to you, Black Dog. You know what that means? That means that you were in 126 means that you were in the diabetic range. You were anything over 125 is considered diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Diabetes. Anything under 100, whoo! That means you're in there. Anything under 100 means that you're in there. You're in there. What do you mean in there? You're in there like where? Well, you're in there like swimwear. That's where you are. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Shout out to you, Black Dog. I watched the master class and took the quiz. Shout out to you. You watched the master class and you took the quiz. That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, what's next? What's next? You putting that stuff into action? Because here's the thing. I love it. I love it, though. Charlene, Chicksleen. Is it Chicksleen or Charlene? Charlene, is it? Okay. I love it. But don't let your learning lead to knowledge. You'll become a fool. But now, Charlene, if you let your learning lead to action, whoo! If you let your learning lead to action, man, you can do or become anything that you want. Did you know that? Defeating type 2 diabetes is one of those. Because here's the thing, type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. It is a very reversible condition. It's a very reversible condition. Some folks are coming on here telling how they're lowering their numbers naturally. Why? Because it is a lifestyle-driven condition. Specifically what you're eating. You change what you're eating, whoo! You change the game. And you do that day in and day out. Yeah, you might fall off a little bit. You might say, yeah, I'm gonna fall off the path a little bit. I ain't perfect. You know, Thanksgiving is coming up. You know what I mean? I had a little something on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? That's all right. But here's the thing though. Even if you fall off the wagon for a little bit, as long as you get back up and you continue to maintain your pace, you continue to maintain your pace. What is that? Oh, yeah, having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, and effective sleep. As long as you're maintaining that, sky's the limit. No doubt. Just tuned in. What number? 125. What number is that? Well, it's the same thing. Anything over only this 03. Anything over 126. Anything over 125, sorry, is considered diabetic. 125 simply means you're in the pre-diabetic range, but you're right there on the cusp. So anything over 100, you don't want anything over 100. Let me put it that way. Let's just make it simple. You don't want anything over 100. So 98, like Black Dog was saying, whoo, that's amazing. But ideally, you want to get that thing to be in the 80s. You want to wake up in the morning every day with your blood sugar in the 80s. Whoo, in the 80s. That means you're in there. All right, shout out to you, Charlene. You're going to join the challenge a little bit later, no doubt. Yeah, you got to put in the work. That's it, Black Dog. That's it. If you don't put in the work, you can try to tiptoe around it, dance around it. But it ain't going to make a damn difference in the world. till you put in that work. You show up, you do the work, you do it again the very next day. And if you don't do it again the very next day, do it again the day after that. Just pick right back up and just show up, do the work. Just put this, brainwash yourself with this. Just brainwash yourself with this saying right here, folks. If you don't remember anything I say on this live, just brainwash yourself with this. Just jot this one down. It's called the ultimate shortcut to defeating type 2 diabetes is this. Here it is. Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. That's the ultimate shortcut. Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. People are like, well, Kelley, how do I get rid of diabetes? How can I get rid of diabetes? I'm telling you, it's what you're eating. Now that we've got that out of the way, that it's what you're eating, you're not moving enough. It's predominantly what you're eating again. You're not sleeping, you're stressed. But ultimately, that all comes down to this. Those are specifics. But it's just about showing up and doing that work and doing it again the very next day. I got to do a little puzzle. That's what it's about. I need your help. If you need help, depends on what kind of help, though. TISAC 1985. It depends on what kind of help. Like I said before, there's a lot of information on my page. There's information everywhere. I mean, it's the information world. There's no shortage of information around here in 2025. I got a free quiz on there. I got a master class that you can register for. That's all free stuff. You just got to pay attention. It's a PDF on there. It's absolutely free. That's all free stuff. It's free information. Just like everywhere else. Google. But when it comes to an action plan, if you need an action plan, a real action plan, or you say, what's the action plan? Show me what I got to do. Guide me every step of the way. If you need guidance every step of the way, that kind of help. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you. So I'm not sure what kind of help you need, boss. But if you need that kind of help, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ESCAPE. It's $99 to join that 14-day challenge. But if you use that discount code ESCAPE, $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. All right. Real food, real structure, real people getting real results. 14 days. Crazy, right? 14 days? It's not, but it's not crazy though. Because if you address the real issue, it's not crazy. What's the real issue? The real issue is it's what I've been eating. It's what you've been eating. That's the real issue. But we use medication to try to cover that up, the real issue. But that ain't the real issue. You want to know what that's like? That's like scooping water out of a sinking boat without ever fixing the leak. Scooping water out of a sinking boat, like get the water out. But the whole time, all you had to do was fix the leak. And you could have saved the boat. You could have saved your life. You could have saved everybody. You know what I'm saying? You could have saved your life. All you had to do was fix the freaking leak. That's what it's like, folks. Just get on that merry-go-round of more and more and more medication. No. Let's fix the leak first. What is the leak? Oh, yeah. It was the food that we're eating. That's what it was. So therefore, we fixed the leak. And therefore, you know what we've done? Also, not only have we fixed the leak, we saved our life because the boat didn't sink. And trust me, folks, You don't want that boat to sink on you. When it comes to type 2 diabetes, you don't want that boat to sink on you. You don't want it to sink on you, folks. So why you still got a chance? Plug the damn leak. If you're ready to plug that leak, if you say that's you, yeah, I'm ready to plug the leak. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ESCAPE. Because what are you escaping? Oh yeah, the bottomless pit of more and more and more medications. Now let's get back to these questions. Use that discount code ESCAPE. Join that challenge. Get off my soapbox. Appreciate that, Doc. Let me see. I'm at 150 even after I change my eating. Yeah, okay. If you're still struggling, I know you said earlier you're on a plant-based diet. Just because you're on a plant-based diet doesn't mean you're still eating the right food. You might not be eating the right foods for what's happening with your blood sugar. I love plants. Eat more plants. That's what I always say. Eat more plants. But oh yeah, what kind of plants and how are you eating them? Yeah, it's a better question. It's a better question. If you want to tap into that question a little bit more, come hang out with me in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 300 people join this challenge. What makes them any different than you? Now they're on the other side. They're on the other side of that blood sugar nightmare. All because they showed up and did the work. Because everything that you want and don't have is on the other side of something freaking hard. That's where it is. You were like, well, Kelley, why don't I have my blood sugar right where it needs to be? Why is my blood sugar wrong? Why am I been battling with this for many, many years? Well, it's because everything that you want and you don't have it yet. You want to be off the medication. You want to you want to lose the weight. You want to do all of that. But the reason you don't have it yet is because you haven't did anything hard to do it, to get it. It ain't just going to come by easy. Hell, if it were easy, everybody would do it. You know the saying, if it were easy, damn it, everybody would do it. Damn it. Because it ain't easy. Changing your lifestyle is one of the hardest things that you could ever possibly do. But it's what you're going to have to do. If you're ready for change, if you're ready to change that lifestyle, if that's you, you say, that's me, I'm ready to change. I've dealt with this condition for way too long. If that's you, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You use that discount code ESCAPE. Question: when you eat, it goes up but comes down 2 hours. After 2 hours, will that continue after you continue? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Trinity girl, your question. Yeah. For your husband, Frank, Mr. Franklin. The question is, did he finish the challenge, right? It said when you eat, it goes up but comes down after 2 hours. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. When you eat, it goes up, and then within 2 hours, boom, it's supposed to be right back to where it was. Will that continue after you continue? I mean, if you continue to eat real whole unprocessed foods, yes. You continue to move your body, yes. You continue to get good sleep, yes. Now, Trinity girl, if you want more of that, you want more, you're saying you got your questions more, what's happening next? That's called going beyond the challenge. There's been many people who have gone beyond the challenge. What is it? That's an 8-week program to go beyond the challenge. You still need help. You go beyond the challenge. 8 weeks, full transformation. But I don't know, Trinity girl. Sounds like he's lost the weight. His blood sugars are good. He just sounds like he needs to maintain his pace. But I love it. That's the power of the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, folks. Oats good to eat. No, they're not. Not for blood sugar. No, they ain't. Now, can you have some oats from time to time? Sure. But don't be eating oats first thing in the morning. No. Even my meds, the best morning reading, I get 126. No food after 8 p.m. Okay. Yeah. How you feel about that? You cool with that? Even after my meds? I don't know if that's a flex or what. You know what I mean? But if you're not okay with that, if you say, yeah, even after all of that, my meds, and you're just frustrated, you say, man, I'm frustrated that my daily diabetes battles feels like a freaking treadmill. Then let's change that. All right? If you feel like your daily diabetes battle just feels like a freaking damn treadmill, if that's you, sounds like it's you. I don't know though. But if it is you, 14-day challenge is calling your name. What if I take your class? Do I take my meds while taking your class? You mean the class, the master class is totally different. That's absolutely free. That's just these. I'm just teaching you lifestyle changes in that. Now, if you're talking about the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, like I told you before, I am not your doctor. I cannot tell you to get off your medication or get on your medication or off. I don't have the audacity to do that. But what I can tell you is the food is the medicine and the medicine is the food. If you lead with that, and then you go back and talk to your doctor, you say, hey, doc, I've changed my food, which is the medicine, and it is the food. So now can we dial back on these prescription things that you're giving me, doc? Can we do that, doc? You know what I mean? I love you, doc. Shout out to you. But I don't want to be taking these things for the rest of my life. So that's what you do. When you join the challenge and you start eating correctly and you start noticing your numbers starting to change, that's when you call your doctor like, yo, doc, my numbers, they're going down. I'm changing what I'm eating. Let's have a discussion. Shall we? That's my recommendation. But yes, I do recommend that you join the challenge still. I do recommend that you join the challenge. We're just changing what you're eating. That's all. To real whole, what are we eating? Real whole, unprocessed foods. That's what we're eating. If you're ready for that, if you're ready for change, use that discount code ESCAPE. I changed my diet and exercise and diet, type 2 diabetes. It's in remission. That's it. That's it, Jan 08101. Change your diet and now in exercise. That's it. That's it, folks. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to say it. What Jan just said. I changed my diet and exercise, type 2 diabetes in remission. That's the simplest way you can freaking say it. It ain't gonna get no simpler than that. But you can try to dance around it. You can be like, man, I don't give a damn what the hell Kelley's saying. I ain't changing jack. I ain't changing what I'm eating. Is he crazy? I ain't gonna move my body. Are you crazy? Netflix is on. I'm gonna binge watch the hell out of it. Is he crazy? Are you Are you a lunatic, Kelley? No, there is no way out of it. The only way, what you resist will persist. You just say, I'm gonna take more and more and more and more medication. You want to know what taking more and more medication is like without actually getting down to the root to getting down to the root of it? Managing diabetes with just meds is like trying to run a marathon with only one shoe. Managing diabetes with just meds is just like running a marathon with just one damn shoe. Now, can you imagine that, folks? That would be kind of difficult. You're gonna need the other shoe. Gonna need the other shoe. Lifestyle medicine, okay? Lifestyle first, medication second. That's it. Thank you for saying that, Jan. Oats good to eat. No, they're not. No, they're not. My glucose was 143. Now I'm currently 78, lost 50 pounds. That's amazing, Thomas. What'd you do, boss? What did you do? What'd you do? Thank you for saying that, Marge. I'm a good motivator. Thank you. Marge. Thank you. Turns out I'm a kind of a motivational speaker. Okay. You want to know more about that? Click that link in my description. You'll see it says professional speaking. I'll come out there and holler at you. I'll come out there and holler at you, Marge. Thank you. 90 days would be a good time. 90 days would be a good time. 90 days would be a good time for, 90 days would be a good time to see how long it will take for your blood sugar to turn over. That's about how long does it take for you to get new oxygen-rich red blood cells, aka hemoglobin. About 90 to 120 days. So yeah, it takes about 90 days to see the whole picture, right? 90 to 120 days to see the whole picture. But some people might be like, Kelley, that 14, it takes 90 days. You're talking about 14 days. Like, how can you do that in 14 days? You can't do that in 14 days. Yeah, you don't think so? You don't think you can do that in 14 days? Ask the people who've done it. Ask the people. Somebody asked about their medication. Can they be taken? Can they get off of their medication? And I said, I'm not the doctor. I can't do that. But what I can tell you is folks who have joined the some folks, not everybody, some folks who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, this 14-day challenge, they have taken been taken off the medication by their doctor. They've been taken off of their medication by their doctor. I can't take them off their medication. Like I said, I don't have the audacity to do such a thing, folks. You know what I'm saying? But their doctor took them off their medication. Their glipizide, the metformin, even their GLP-1s after 14 days of hanging out with me on this 14 day. They went to the doctor day one, then went to the doctor again, a couple of weeks later. A1C dropped 2 points. Someone else went from a 7.1 to a 5.7. Fasting blood sugar, Marge says, no, I would love to get it under 100. Well, folks, it's been people, I don't know where it is now. Depends on where it is now. But there's been a lot of people who they joined the challenge. Their blood sugars in the 180s, the 200s, the high 295s, 300. After the challenge, they are under 100, waking up their blood sugar in the 80s every morning. In the 80s. No, not the 1980s. The 80s. What's the challenge? It is a 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you are struggling with type 2 diabetes, it's only for these people, folks. It's not for everybody. It's only for people who are suffering from insulin resistance. It's only for people who have had high blood sugar for many, many years. And it is only, and I repeat, only for people who say, you know what, no, I'm ready for change. That's it. That's who it's only for. If you're ready for change, it's for you. It is a nutrition blueprint. What are we eating? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. We're just focusing on your nutrition for 14 days. Like over 300 people who have done, gotten amazing results because it's your food. It's the food. So we're streamlining everything. So that's what the challenge is about. It's about streamlining your diet for 14 days. Get outside of your comfort zone for 14 days and eat real, whole, unprocessed foods for 14 days. What are we eating? Fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, and then leaner sources of protein. So chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs, fish, salmon. But here's the thing. There's a process in which you eat these foods. There's a process. That's the process we teach you in the 14-day challenge. You start with the basics. And at the end of those 14 days, are you still going to have type 2 diabetes? Yeah, you'll still have diabetes after 14 days. Because it takes, like I said earlier, 3 to 4 months to see the overall picture. But in 14 days, you can put a huge dent in your overall A1C. I told you, someone went from an 8 to a 6, from a 7.1 to a 5.7. These are true numbers. These are people getting off the blood sugar roller coaster. If you're ready to get off the blood sugar roller coaster, what's the blood sugar roller coaster? Oh, the highs, the lows, the man, my blood sugar high, man, my blood sugar low, man, it's unstable, man, it's out of control. And you just do that day in and day out, and nothing is going to change, folks. Nothing is going to change until you one day, you know what? Until you just change it all. What are you going to change? What you're eating. Because that's what it is. That's what you're going to do in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Okay? You're going to find out that it was just the food the entire time. Where is the challenge? Here's the challenge right here. So if you click right here, and then you click on my picture again, you got to click right here, click on my picture again. It's going to take you to this page right here. Let me show you. It's going to take you to this page right here. You click right here. Oops, not right there. Same thing on my other socials. If you click this link, see that link right there? Boom, click that link. There it is. That is where the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is. There's a lot of goodies on there. Now, there's the quiz, free quiz, masterclass, absolutely free. All you got to do is pay attention. Register for that masterclass and pay attention, folks. That's all you got to do. But like I said earlier, if you tired of surviving you tired of surviving, folks, you just surviving, you want to thrive. If that's you, 14-day challenge is calling your name. You ain't just surviving. You do this challenge. You ain't just going to be surviving anymore. You're going to be thriving. Just like the many people who I told you, over 300 people have joined this challenge. It's $99 to join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use the discount code, the live discount code ESCAPE, you're going to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for it. $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. How do I know that it works? Well, not only do we have over 300 people who have joined, they put in the work, gotten amazing results. It's because I did it myself. I was the guy who created it. Look at this. I was the original test subject on this 14-day blueprint. Now, it didn't take me 14 days to do this. It took me a year to do that, to lose all of the weight and all that stuff. But here's the thing. No more, that was me, diabetes, heart disease, obesity. So no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity, folks. No, none of that. Look at that. All gone. All through the power of changing my lifestyle. Changing what was at the end of my fork. Now, I ain't changed anything else. I ain't changed my workouts. Now, I was more consistent in my workouts. But I ain't changed my workouts. I was just more consistent. But I found out that it was what I was eating. Details. Yeah, you click that link in my description. Click on my picture again. There, and then you should be able to find it. Helper, let me know. Let me know if you're still having trouble. Helper, I'd love to be your helper. Okay. Personally, I love the soup. Yeah, that soup. User 254. Oh, I remember user 254. How you been? Right? If that's the same user 254, maybe it's a user 254. But I believe you were one of the originals who joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. How's everything going? Give us a check-in, user 254. Beetroot juice. Yeah, beetroot juice is good, especially before you work out. Before you go hit the weights, before you go move your body, before you go work out, before you go to the gym, get yourself some beets. Juice some beets. Preferably the real beets. I prefer the yellow beets because they got a way softer taste than that of the the red beets. The red beets are strong, man. It's strong. But you do that about 60 to 90 minutes before your workout. So let's just say if you work out at 10, you take that beet juice at about, you drink that beet juice at about 8, no later than 8:30. That timing, whoo! You'll be in the gym working out like a man, like a beast. Ugh. Beet juice is some good stuff. Okay, user 254. My blood sugar went from 300 to 400 to below 100. The 14-day challenge works to below 100. That's it. User 254. That's it. Let me see. Yeah. I told you. User, thank you for I pinned user 254's comment to the top. My blood sugar went from a 300 to a 400 to below 100. The 14-day challenge works. This is 14 days, folks. I told you. There's been over 300 people who have joined this challenge. User 254 was one of the originals. It's been over 300 people. User 254 was one of them. Amazing. This is amazing. This is just after 14 days. Like I told you before, folks, real people getting real results, real structure, real people, real results, real structure, real results, real people, real structure, real people, real results. But you got to do the work. You got to do the work. Yeah, the other 14-day, the blueprint is there. The 14-day blueprint is there. There've been a lot of people who've joined the challenge. Like I told you, but not everybody, over 300, but not everybody makes it to the end. Not everybody makes it to the end of this 14-day challenge is because that's exactly what it is, folks. Okay? I didn't call it the 14-day a cakewalk. I called it 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Why? It's because it's going to take you outside of your comfort zone. Take you so far out of your comfort zone, you're going to be like, but here's the thing. Cravings typically go away on the average, between about days 5 and day 7. That's typically when the cravings will go away. Cravings will what? Cravings for more carbs, cravings for more sugar. That's usually when the cravings go away. And it ain't magic what we're doing, folks. All we're doing is eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's it. That's it. Real, whole, unprocessed foods. If you're ready for change, if you're ready to eat just real, whole, unprocessed foods and turn the whole blood sugar game around, like many people have done, use that discount code ESCAPE. In the last 14 days, I went from 320 blood sugar on 10/31 Halloween to a 148 on 11/14. Amazing. Poetry Faces. Is that from the challenge? Did you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge? Either way, that's amazing. That's amazing. From a 320 to a 148 in 14 days? Is that from the challenge? Is that from you stepping outside of your comfort zone? Where are these numbers coming from? Or is this something you did? Is this, tell me about that. Inquiring minds would love to know. Poetry Faces. Let's see. Yeah. But yeah, that's it, folks. I don't know if it's from the challenge or what, but we'll see. But here's the thing, folks. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. Mainly your diet. And if you change that, you step outside of your comfort zone. Yeah, I know Thanksgiving is coming up. People are like, oh, I ain't doing nothing for Thanksgiving. The holidays are coming up. I don't care. I don't have time for my blood sugar. I got to eat all the yams. I got to eat all the candy. Yeah, I got to eat all the banana pudding. I got to stuff myself with so much stuffing that I ain't got time for it. Now is not a good time. So what do you say? Thanksgiving's coming up, and for me to get a control of my blood sugar, now is not a good time. I ain't got time for it. But here it is. Diabetes doesn't care about your timeline. Okay? Diabetes doesn't care about your timeline. Doesn't. Diabetes doesn't care who you are. Doesn't care. Diabetes doesn't care. If you don't remember anything I say from this live, remember this. Diabetes doesn't care about the holidays. It doesn't. Am I saying you can't go out and have fun with family and friends and, you know what I mean, catch up? You can do that. But you don't have to hurt yourself in the process of doing that. They would just love for you to be around. They would just love. See, that's the point. That's the point. When the families get together, Thanksgiving and all that stuff. Here's the thing. It's not about the food. Like, break bread with me. It's not about the food. It's about being around friends and family and laughing and all of that stuff. Having a good time. It ain't about the food. When somebody says, hey, come break bread with me, that means they want to sit down and talk to you and do it over a meal. So your body doesn't care about, your body just says, give me nutrients. You care more about, you know what I mean, what it tastes like and all that stuff. Your body's like, just give me the nutrients. Just give it to me. You give your body the nutrients that it needs in as little as 14 days. It's like so many people have done. Shout out to you, Poetry Faces. You say you did it your own. Did it on your own. Love it. Did it on your own. That's it. You do the work. You do in as little as 14 days, folks. But if you need help with that, if you say, man, I need help, bro. Can you help your boy out? I need help. Use that discount code ESCAPE. Join that 14-day challenge. But let's get into it, folks. Let's get into the board. Let's talk about what you got to do. I'm going to stand up for a little bit. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Stand up for a little bit. Oh, it might be a little bit too high. We're getting ready to go to the board. Here it is, folks. I've been saving my legs because it's basketball season. Woo! I referee basketball, folks. High school basketball. But last night I did a middle school game. Middle school basketball. Woo! Now, when I tell you that I've done a lot of games, refereed a lot of games, but this particular game, folks, these guys were like the Bad News Bears. You don't know what the Bad News Bears is? It's a baseball team that's pretty terrible. That's how that first game was, folks. That game went on so long. So I'm trying to save my legs, folks. But here's the thing. And then I got another game tonight. So here's the thing. Who would love to get their A1C to a 5.3? You'd love to get your A1C to a 5.3. Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you love to get your A1C to a 5.3. Right? Or if you love to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. If you love to get yourself back to 100 again. If you love to do that, put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you love to do that. Put a me in the chat. Yeah, okay. We got a couple of me's. Me, but I'm a type 1. Doesn't matter if you're type 1. You can still lower your A1C and get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. Being type 1, yeah, that means you're going to have to take insulin for the rest of your life. But it doesn't mean that you can't change your lifestyle and start trending your number back to there. It doesn't matter if you're type 1 diabetic or type 2 diabetes. It doesn't matter. You want to make sure that you are as insulin sensitive as possible. You want to be so insulin sensitive. That's it. Just make yourself insulin sensitive. How do you do that? You do that by maintaining your pace. So here's the thing to defeating type 2 diabetes, folks. This is the only medicine that you can prescribe to yourself. I can't prescribe that. You got to prescribe to yourself. To get your number to a 5.3, I can't prescribe this to you. Your doctor can't prescribe this to you. The only person that can prescribe yourself this medication is, drum roll please, is you. You're the only person that can prescribe yourself this medication. Your doctor can't prescribe it. I can't prescribe it. Your spouse can't prescribe it. Because you are the one that's going to have to do the work. So to get your number to a 5.3, to get your blood sugar, start getting your blood sugar under 100. Who'd love to get their blood sugar under 100? Put a me in the chat. You'd love to get your blood sugar under 100. Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you love to get your blood sugar under 100. Me. Me. Oh, what's up? Shout out to you, Rosie. Shout out to Rosie. Melissa. Okay. Shout out to you, Melissa. Is it Melissa, or Melissa? But anyhow, back to it. So whether you are type 1 or type 2 diabetic, I know you said you're type 1, Melissa. You're still going to have to maintain your pace. You're still going to have to show up every day and do the work. Or you're gonna have to take insulin for the rest of your life? Yes, because you're type 1 diabetic. But here's the thing. How much insulin you take, now that's dependent upon you. That is dependent upon you and how you are maintaining your pace. The first part of the lifestyle medicine formula. This, folks, is what you got to master, because here it is. I don't care how much medication you take. You can take medication until you're blue in the face. You can take medication until your eyes turn blue. I mean, until your head turns blue. Right? That's how much medication you can take. But it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter if you are not maintaining your pace. First part of the lifestyle medicine formula is to have a peaceful, that's what the P stands for, folks. Peaceful mind. First part of the lifestyle medicine formula. Stress management. Very, very important, folks. If you ain't got your stress management under control, cortisol is going to be a monster. Cortisol, folks, is going to set you back a little bit. Because cortisol is the great equalizer. There's a lot of important hormones in the body, cortisol being one of them. Insulin being the most important, but cortisol coming in probably like at a close second. So when you're chronically stressed, folks, you're chronically stressed and you're always just who's getting on your nerves? Your mom getting on your nerves, your mother-in-law, the traffic, like who's getting on your nerves, folks? You got to figure out what it is and we got to eliminate it. Because stress, I don't care how much you're working out, I don't care how much you're eating good. If you're stressed, it's going to throw off the whole thing. It's going to throw off the whole thing. Shout out to you, Bridget. Because when you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, your body releases adrenaline, your body releases stored blood sugar, and your body releases, where blood sugar goes, insulin follows, folks. Where blood sugar goes, insulin, it follows. You know what I'm saying? So you want to get that stress under control. First part of the lifestyle medicine formula. Having a peaceful mind. The A stands for active, body. Having an active body. That's the major key. Having an active body. A lot of people say, you know what? Let me go back to the peaceful mind. There's a prescription in each of those areas. And peaceful mind, I almost forgot, it is the 3 M's. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Those are the 3 things that you got to prescribe to yourself, folks, the 3 M's. Meditation, mindfulness, and meet with your therapist. Okay? The active body part of the prescription. Now, this is very, very important, folks. Movement, activities, muscles are very, very hungry. So when you move your muscles, especially when you're moving your leg muscles, man, muscles are soaking up so much glucose. Like they're so hungry for glucose that it's not even funny. What's glucose? Blood sugar. Muscles are hungry for the same stuff that you've got too much of. So if you're moving your body, if you're being active 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, a moderate intensive movement, if you're doing that 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, that's part of an active body prescription, folks. Active body. Okay? 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, a moderate intensive movement. What's moderate intensive movement? A lot of people say, yeah, I walk. Like walking is cool. All right, cool. But we want to push our bodies a little bit more. If we're walking, we want to walk to the point where if you're on a treadmill, it means that you can talk, but you can't sing. You're on a treadmill and you get to the point like, I can talk, but I ain't gonna be able to sing. If you're on a treadmill and you can sing, or if you're walking and you can sing, that means that you ain't working out fast enough. And we need to pick up the pace, folks. So it's a little gray area. So that's it. Active body. Now the C, this part of the formula is very, very debatable. Lots of people love to debate on clean eating, especially when we got Thanksgiving coming up, folks. So it's all right. Let's do a little game, folks. It's Thanksgiving. What are we having? This is we're gonna talk about this because clean eating it's very debatable. Like sports and not sports. Yeah. Sports are debated. Politics are highly debated. What else? Religion's highly debated. But clean eating is also very highly debated. Do me a favor, folks. It's Thanksgiving coming up. What are we having? Are we having for dessert? Are we going to be having pumpkin pie? Is it pumpkin pie or is it sweet potato pie, folks? Which one is it? Is it pumpkin pie or is it sweet potato? Throw it in the chat, folks. Which one are you on? I know Thanksgiving is right around the corner next week, about a week away. Is it going to be pumpkin pie or is it gonna be sweet potato pie, folks? Which one is it? Most folks, you know what I mean? Put it in the chat. Which one are you folks? I can sing while walking on the treadmill. No, you don't want to be able to sing. You don't want to be able to sing. Okay? It's that little gray area. If you're on a treadmill, you can sing. It means you're not working out hard enough. You need to pick it up a little bit. So you don't want to be able to sing. You should be able to just talk. That's it. Like if you can sing, you need to beep, 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 pick up the numbers a little bit more. Pumpkin pie. Okay, we got some pumpkin pie. We got some pumpkin pies in here. Pumpkin pie, me definitely sweet potato pie. Which one of you folks? Are you pumpkin pie or you sweet potato pie? Don't be bashful. If you're new to the live, don't be bashful. Put it in the chat. Put what you are. Are you pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie, folks? Inquiring minds would like to know. But anyhow, either way, it's highly debated, especially at Thanksgiving. So what do we eat? We eat, here's the prescription. Eat real, whole, unprocessed foods. Eat real, whole, unprocessed foods. You do that, eat real, whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans. And then leaner sources of protein. So whether that's chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs, whatever you prefer. Just make sure it's on the leaner side. Now, we're not talking about processed meats, folks. Thanks, even coming up on Thanksgiving, folks, we ain't talking about processed meats. Because processed meats, you don't want those. Those are called group 1 carcinogen. And then what the hell is a processed meat? Processed meats are things like bacon, salami, turkey bacon, steak. Not steak, turkey bacon, sausage. All of the processed meats, all of the ham, you know what I mean? All of the processed meats, all the deli meats, the bolognas. My bologna has a first name. It's OSCAR. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from the bolognas, folks. That's not, and then for my Louisiana folks, boudin is not clean eating, folks. Contrary to popular belief, boudin is not going to be clean eating. No bacon so hard for me, but everything else I can throw out. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what a lot of people tell me. They tell me they ain't going to give up 2 things. Thank you for saying that, Kendra. A lot of people tell me they're going to give up 2 things. What is that? Number 1, bacon. No. 2 things they said they're not. Here's how it goes. 2 things they're not going to give up. Number 1 is bacon, and number 2 is cheese. But number 1 is ultimately cheese. Like they'll give up the bacon before they give up the cheese. They'll tell me, I don't care how bad my health is, Kelley. I ain't giving up my bacon. I give up my bacon before I give up my cheese. I ain't giving up my cheese, folks. Cheese is not clean eating. Now, I don't recommend dairy. Other folks do. I don't recommend dairy because I understand what dairy is. Yeah, cheese. I understand what dairy is. And dairy is not a healthy fat, folks. Because dairy, so that's a whole different ball game, folks. So cheese, dairy, all that stuff, yogurt, I don't recommend it. I don't. Other people do, I don't. So that's it. Eat real, whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans. Leaner sources of protein. Chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs. That's what we're talking about. And then finally, folks, the last part of the lifestyle medicine formula to get your number to a 5.3 is the E, folks. And that E stands for effective sleep. Effective sleep. This is the lifestyle medicine formula. Sleep is so important. You're like, well, why is sleep so damn important? Sleep is a must. Oh, let's go back to another question. Trini Girl says, is non-fat, sugar-free yogurt good for or not? No, it's not. You got two double whammy. You got to come back from my other session called diesel fuel versus unleaded fuel. Okay? When it comes to sugar-free, that's artificial. So you don't want anything artificial. And yogurt, like I told you before, yogurt is dairy. I don't recommend dairy. No, I don't recommend dairy. Okay? Dairy is all super inflammatory and it causes a lot of mucus. The reason that it's called a lot of mucus is because it's not for you. Okay? Cheese and dairy and milk and all that stuff, it ain't for humans. So that's why I don't recommend it. Sleep is a must, yeah. It's gut for the great. Someone said it's great for the gut microbiome. Okay, sure, you could say that. But if you want to know more about dairy and the dangers of dairy, you want to watch something called Utterly Amazing. Utterly Amazing. You will be utterly amazed on what dairy is. Cheese is not the same as Greek yogurt. No, it is not. But at the end of the day, they're both dairy. Cheese is a more concentrated version of dairy. Okay? That's all cheese is. But they're both dairy. So whether you say cheese or whether you say Greek yogurt, it's dairy. But anyhow, back to effective sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, here's the prescription: 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep every single night. You don't get 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep every single night, that's going to throw off everything, because the lack of sleep is a stressor. The very next day, you're going to wake up more insulin resistant. The very next day, you're going to wake up more insulin resistant the very next day. Why? Because the lack of sleep is a stressor. Here's what happens. When you don't get enough good effective sleep, 6 to 9 hours of restful sleep, it's going to cause you to be stressed, which we said earlier, having a peaceful mind is very, very important, because when you're stressed, what happens? Your body releases cortisol. Your body releases adrenaline, and your body releases stored blood sugar from the liver. And then finally, where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Nooch, what's nooch? What's nutritional yeast? Nutritional yeast, that little yellow stuff. A lot of, if you're in the plant-based community, a lot of plant-based folks use nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is great. It's going to give it that cheesy flavor. It's not cheese. It's going to give it that cheesy-ish flavor. It's called nutritional yeast. Nooch for short. Nooch for short. You say yeast is fake, but you tell people, Beamer, you got it all, man. You're out there, Beamer. You're telling people to eat dairy, but then you say yeast is fake, don't eat it. That's, whoo. Those are two different sides of the same coin, folks. Those are, whoo. But anyhow, this is it, folks. This is the formula. How do you get your number back to a 5.3? How do you get your A1C back to a 5.3? Let's sum it all up. Let's sum it up, folks. Here's how you get your A1C to a 5.3. Here's how you knock that blood sugar off. Are you going to get your A1C back to a 5.3 in 2 weeks? No. You're going to get your A1C back to a 5.3 if you're at a 10. Let me educate you on this one, Beamer. To get your A1C back to a 5.3, you're going to have to prescribe yourself these meds right here. Having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. You're just going to have to maintain your pace. It's just going to keep going around and around and around and around in a circle. How do you get your A1C? Every time you ask me, how do you get your A1C back to a 5.3? You just got to maintain your pace. Are you maintaining your pace? I'm going to ask you where you are. How are you doing in your stress management? How you do? Have you been moving your body? Have you been, especially what you've been eating? There's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar, but it's predominantly what you're eating. It's predominantly what you are eating. What are we eating most of the time? Junk food. Diesel fuel is what I call it. If you're at a 7.2, ever blessedness, and you want to move that number, and you say, listen, I've been stuck for many, many years. I ain't been able to move that number. I feel I've been eating good. Maybe I've been eating good, but here's the thing. It can cancel it all out. You could be eating good. You could be moving your body. But if you ain't sleeping right, man, it's going to cancel the whole thing out. Or if you're always stressed, it's going to cancel the whole thing out. And then when it comes to clean eating, folks, it's very, very subjective. Now, if you need help with this, if you say, damn it, I need help with this. I need some help. I'm struggling. I don't know what to do. My A1C ain't budged. My blood sugars are still high. I'm still in the 500s. I'm still in the 300s. I can't get it below 250. And I've just been taking more and more and more and more and more medications. I just been on this endless loop of more and more and bottomless pit. It's a bottomless pit. Who's ever been on that bottomless pit? When it's just more and more. Every time you turn around, it's just you go to the doctor, it's more medication. You go to the doctor again, it's more medication. You go to the doctor again, and it's more medication. But here's the thing, folks. You can take that medication, like I told you before. Managing meds, managing diabetes using just medications is like using Fix-A-Flat on a tire that you really need to just go ahead and change. I'm going to say that again. Managing diabetes with just medications is like using Fix-A-Flat on a tire that you really need to go ahead and change. Change the damn tire, aka your lifestyle. You got to change your lifestyle. You're going to have a brand new tire. If you're ready for change, how to join. If you're ready for change, Karina, here it is. If you click right here, you join that challenge. You click right here and you click on my picture again. You are going to come to my page. It's going to look like this. If you're ready for serious change, if you say, that's me, I'm at that point. Here it is right here. You click here, click on my picture again. It's going to take you right here. You click that link, see that link that said link tree? You click on that link that says link tree. Oops. Here it is, link tree. There it is. And link tree. You click on that link, folks. There's a lot of goodies on this page. There's the quiz on there. There's the free quiz. There's the free masterclass. You can register for that free masterclass. But then when you're ready for that change, when you say, damn it, I've had it, change is ready. I'm ready for change. If that's you, you got to the point where change isn't just desired. It's downright necessary. Then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. Here it is right here. If that's you. If you raise your hand and you say, that's me, help. If that's you, a lot of people raise their hand and say, help. Okay, here's your help. Your help's here. It's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you're ready to take control of your blood sugar, the help that you've been asking for is here. So it's a real, like, you said help, so here it is. You say you're frustrated by more and more meds. All right, here it is. You're ready to take control like everybody has done. Over 300 people. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use the live discount code ESCAPE, you join the challenge. The live discount code, the challenge. While I'm live right now. 20% off. $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. We're going to focus on that C for 14 days, clean eating. You do that for 14 days, watch what happens. You're going to be amazed. Where's the link? The link's right here. If you click right here, you click on my picture again. So you got to click on my picture again, though, and then you're going to come to that link that says Linktree. There it is. Boom. There it is. Quiz, masterclass, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. There it is right there. You click that link. 14 days. And for my folks who are ready to go beyond the challenge, if you've gone through the 14-day challenge and you're ready to go beyond the challenge, there it is right there. 8 weeks. You get to hang out with me for 8 more weeks. That's when we're gonna up the ante a little bit. The challenge was step 1. This is step forever. We're just gonna up the ante a little bit. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna increase it a little bit. We're gonna turn up the heat a little bit more. But that's what you want, right? You want to reverse this condition. That's what you said. That's what you wanted. A lot of people have done it. I've done it myself. If I've done it, if I did it, folks, if I did it, why the hell can't you do it? You know what I'm saying? What the hell makes me any different than you? Can you explain that to me? What makes me any different than you? Hell, nothing. Pinch me, we're both real. That's before and after, right? That's called diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. That's what that was called. So how do you explain there's no more diabetes, there's no more heart disease, there's no more obesity? How do you explain that? How many inches I lost off my waist? How do you explain all of this? It's because, check it out. The whole time, it was staring me right in the freaking face. The whole time. People ask, well, what'd you do, man? Whole time, it was right there. Whole time. All I did was maintain my pace. If it was a damn snake, it would have bit me. If it was a damn snake, if my lifestyle, changing my lifestyle is the answer. This right here, maintaining my pace. If it were a damn snake, a rattlesnake that's rattling real loud, it would have bit me. I could hear it rattling, but I still just keep on going about my business, and the damn snake bit me. So here it is, folks. What do I mean by that? You and I both know that you know. You and I both know that you know that you know that it's your diet and lifestyle. You and I both know that you know that. If it were a snake, shout out to my guy Kobe Bryant, the black mamba. If it were a black mamba, it would have bit you. And the black mamba, folks, is one of the most deadliest snakes in the freaking world. It's one of the most deadliest snakes in the world. It's a black mamba. You don't want that thing to bite you. But if you don't change your lifestyle, it's going to bite you. It's going to bite you. And it's one of the most deadliest snakes in the world. It will take you out. You. So a lot of people say, oh, now is not the time, Kelley. Damn it. Now is not the time for me to change my damn lifestyle and save my life. It ain't the time right now. No. It ain't the time. Well, now is the only time. Now is the only time. Because tomorrow ain't promised to you. And say, oh, I'm going to go do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do that someday. No. That's what you intend to do. You intend to do that. That's what you intend to do. That don't mean you're going to make it there. A lot of people say, oh, you can be here today, going tomorrow. And I call bull crap on that. No. It ain't no might be. You could be here today and going tomorrow. No, folks. No. You could be here today and gone today. Did you know that, folks? You could be here today, and the next thing you know, you're gone today. You. Now is not a good time. Now is the only time. Now is the only time to maintain your pace. So if this is making sense to you, folks, put in the chat, now is the time. If this is making sense to you, folks, now is the time. Or are you going to keep on passing it by and say, you know what, now is not a good time. I'm going to keep on pushing it back. Someday I'm going to change. Someday I'm going to do what I got to do. You keep waiting on someday, and that snake is going to bite you. That black mamba I told you about, that one that's hiding in the grass, the snake, the one that you cannot see, that is the one that is going to bite you. So if this is making sense to y'all, folks, put a healthy yes in the chat. Put a healthy yes in the chat. If you say this is it, healthy yes, or put a now in the chat. Put something in the chat to let me know, like, hey, listen, I know it's time. The time is now. Because I've been playing around with this thing for way too long. And then you ask yourself, if now is not the only time, you say, well, okay, let's just say you're here today and you're here 5 years from now. Let's just say, because I say you could be here today, gone today. Let's rip off that whole script. Let's just say if you're here today and then 5 years from now, you're still here. You're still here 5 years from now. But here's the thing. 5 years from now, you fast forward. Diabetes is still persisting in your life. Your blood sugars are still crazy high. Your A1C is still crazy high. The neuropathy is still kicking your butt. Let's just say in 5 years, you're still here, and that's still happening to you in 5 years. You want to know why? That's probably what's going to happen. You want to know why? I can foresee the future. You're like, Kelley, how can you see the future? You don't know me. Well, I do know this. I do know that if nothing changes, nothing is going to change. I do know that part, though. That if nothing changes, nothing is going to change. If you're ready to make something change, if that's you, if you say, yes, I am ready to make something change in my life, because I've been dealing with this thing for way too long. And if I keep going this way 5 years from now, the trajectory is nothing is going to change. And I'm gonna just keep on going down this bottomless pit of more and more and more and more and more and more medication. Who wants to escape that pit of more and more and more medication? The bottomless pit. When you yell down, you're like, hello, is anyone down there? There. Managing diabetes with just medications is like this, folks. And not actually changing your lifestyle, the real culprit. Managing diabetes with just medications is like stacking sandbags for a flood. You ever see when the hurricane is coming and people say, hey, stack the sandbags? You know what I mean? The hurricane's coming. Do you honestly think that a hurricane cares about some freaking sandbags? A flood cares about some freaking sandbags? For instance, 2017, Hurricane Harvey. I live in Houston, Texas. Hurricane Harvey. The flood. It was a flood, folks. It was a real flood. Like there was something out of the biblical times, like something out of the Noah's Ark. The whole city of Houston was underwater, my house included. I put some sandbags out there. But sandbags ain't do jack when it comes to that flood. When it came to that flood, had to take I got 2.5 feet of water in my house, flood water, 2.5 feet. All right, 2.5 feet of flood water. So we had to take out 4 feet of wall and replace all of that stuff down there. That's how much damage and that's how much destruction that a flood can do. And you ain't gonna do it when you ain't gonna stop it with a sandbag. So that's what it's like taking medication. Just relying on medication. Instead, nothing but some sandbags. Because that hurricane, when that flood is coming, when that blood sugar is coming, and it's a flood of blood sugar that's coming your way. It's probably already there. A flood of blood sugar. And it just keeps on piling on and piling on and piling on and piling on. You see, that was my experience in Hurricane Harvey. I called my insurance company and I cried to everybody. I cried to my insurance. I cried to everybody who would listen that my house was flooded. But it didn't matter who I called. Because that flood water doesn't care anything about your insurance company. It's the same thing with type 2 diabetes. High blood sugar. It doesn't care anything about your preferences. Having high blood sugar does not care anything about your preferences. So if you choose to eat whole Twinkies and ding dongs and all that stuff, all the crap food as I call it, if you prefer to do that, those flood waters are going to come in and just destroy every damn thing. Everything. You got to take out 4 feet of wall, just like I did. So when you neglect having high blood sugar, you don't address it, what's going to get taken out? Oh, when they say it's time to amputate, those are gone. They took those out. The high blood sugar took the toes out. Then they took your ankle out. Then they took your leg out. Then they took your vision, the high blood sugar, that storm, that flow water. Then they took your kidneys too. So it took your legs and it took your sight. So the question you got to ask yourself, folks, is that worth it? Like, is it worth it? It's saying, no, I'm not going to change. I ain't going to change. I don't care. I ain't going to change what I'm doing. I'm going to just keep on doing what I'm doing. You keep on doing what you're doing, and that flow water is going to come and just destroy every damn thing, your toes and your eyes included. If you're ready to escape the flood waters, it's very strategic in what I use in this discount code, folks. Escape. If you're ready to escape the endless cycle of them, because we're getting ready to get out of here in 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. If you want to escape, now is the time to use it. Now is the time to use that discount code if you want to join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? But here it is, folks. Here's where you can escape. It's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here it is right here. So if you click right here, and then you click on my picture again, I'm going to show you where it is, show you how to escape. Click here, click on my picture again. You're going to come here. You're going to come right here. Damn it. There it is right here. There's my page. Click right there. There it is. A lot of freebies on there, folks. A quiz, masterclass. But the 14-day challenge is the one for the folks who are really ready to escape. If you are really ready to escape, if that's you, you say, yeah, that's me. The flood waters is coming. They're already here. The flood waters are high. Yeah, your blood sugar's at a 400. If your blood sugar's at 300 and 400, it's time to do something different, folks. It's time to reset that blood sugar. Here's what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is all about right here. For those people who are struggling with that condition. And they're ready to take control of their blood sugar. What condition is that? Pre-diabetes, you're pre-diabetic. If that's you, if you have gestational diabetes, if that's you, if you got erectile dysfunction, if that's you, if you got type 2 diabetes, if that's you. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, if that's you. If you need help, Foodie Matters, if that's you, you say you need help. Okay, if you need help, your help is here. If you say you need help, if that's you, then you should join this challenge. You should join the challenge. Everything's free on the page. The quiz is free. The masterclass is free. You can get that kind of help. That's all free information. Go grab it. Grab and go. But if you say you need an assistant, you need a blueprint, a nutrition blueprint, because that's what it is, the food. If you need that, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. If you need that, if that's the kind of help that you need, that challenge, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right there. Yeah, is it on your page? Yeah, it's right here. So if you click right here, then you click on my picture again, you're going to come to that link right here that says Linktree. You see that link that says Linktree? You click on that link that says Linktree. It's going to take you there to the Linktree. And what's on the Linktree? All the freebies, all the goodies. But then the challenges right there, 14-day challenges right there. There it is. It's $99 to join that challenge. But if you use that live discount code ESCAPE, $79 to join that challenge. $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where are you going to escape? What are you escaping? Oh, yeah. The flood waters. Or the bottomless pit of more and more and more and more and more medication, more and more insulin. Have you ever been prescribed this more and more and more insulin? I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you to get off your medication or get on your medication, but that's got to be frustrating. Just to keep getting more and more meds and nothing has changed. Is that not frustrating? If that's frustrating, like you feel like you're running on a treadmill, then let's change that. Here's where we change it right here. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ESCAPE. $79 to join that 14-day challenge. You're quite welcome, Trinity Girl. Shout out to Mr. Franklin. Shout out to Mr. Franklin for joining that challenge. Shout out to him. If I have high cholesterol, would it help? Yeah, it is. It's not for cholesterol, but here's the thing. Here's a cool side effect, though. Here's a cool side effect here's a cool side effect. A side effect of that is once you fix the blood sugar, the side effect for that is you fix everything else. Okay, your heart included, like it did for me. I had diabetes, heart disease, obesity. I fixed the blood sugar, no more heart disease, no more obesity. And someone just got the challenge. Shout out to you for joining the challenge. Shout out to you for joining that challenge. Shout out to you. Your blood sugar, your life, you're never going to be the same. You're getting yourself out of that flood waters. You're getting yourself out of the flood waters, and the waters are going to start to come down. Step number 1, you took it. Join that 14-day challenge. So shout out to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Check your email. Probably got a text message from me. I sent you a text message right when we were here. Boom, just sent it to you. I'm saying, what's up? Shout out to you for joining that challenge. I'm saying, I got you. But here's it. If you want to join that challenge, folks, use that discount code ESCAPE. Where you escaping? I told you. The bottomless pit. You know what of? More and more medication. If you want to join that discount code, use that discount code ESCAPE. What step challenge do you recommend for me with high cholesterol? What step challenge? A step challenge? What do you mean? A step challenge. It's more so what you're eating. Yeah, high cholesterol is more so what you're eating. It is about stepping, but it ain't. If I don't understand your question. What steps do you take to join the challenge? 14-day blood sugar reset challenge maybe you're asking what it is. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is a nutrition blueprint. It says if you follow this nutrition blueprint, which over 300 people have done, if you're ready to take control of your blood sugar and get yourself off of that damn blood sugar roller coaster, the highs and the lows, if that's you, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name. If you're ready to get off of that bottomless pit of more and more medication, if that's you, if you're on insulin resistance, you have insulin resistance for many, many years, and you don't know what else to do, and the 14-day challenge is for you. Because in the 14 days, here's what we're going to prove. It's a nutrition challenge, right? In 14 days, here's what we're going to prove. Or you're going to prove to yourself that in 14 days, you're going to prove that it was the entire time that it was the food that you were eating. The entire time. So it's designed to get you outside of your comfort zone, to kind of see the world from a different perspective. See food from a different perspective for 14 days and see what that does to your body. I know what it does to your body because it happened to me and it happened to everybody else who's joined along. Because here it is. The food is the medicine and the medicine is the food. That is called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where we're going to focus on the medicine being the food. And the food is the dang on medicine. You master that simple concept right there. You master that simple concept, Charles, of the food is the medicine and the medicine is the food. You master this simple concept too. You master this one. Write this one down. Jot this one down. Master the simple concept, Charles. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Just think of the power in that, Charles. Think of the power of that. In that, when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, clean eating, when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Scratch your head on that one. You got to be like Bruce Lee. You see here? Be like water. What does it mean to be like water? It means to be adaptable. Water can take the shape of anything, any container that it's in, it takes the shape of it. It's adaptable. You put it in a cup, just like Bruce Lee said. You put it in the cup, it becomes the cup. You put it in a bowl, it becomes the bowl. You put it in a crack or crevice, it becomes a crack or crevice. Water is adaptable. It can change to anything. Anything it can change to. You're going to have to be the same way, Charles. You're going to have to be adaptable. You get outside of your comfort zone for 14 days, you're going to find out the power of food is the medicine. You adapt, and your body's going to adapt to that new food that you're giving it. Like, oh, I love a real whole unprocessed foods. What's a real whole unprocessed foods? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, beans, chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh. Your body's going to steak, eggs. Your body's going to adjust to that. And it's going to say, thank you. That's what I've been waiting for the past damn 10 years. If you're ready to escape that merry-go-round, more and more and more medication. If you're ready to escape that, use that discount code ESCAPE, because we're getting ready to escape. We're getting ready to get out of here too. We got another minute or two. So now is the time to use it. If you want to join that challenge, use that discount code ESCAPE, $79 to join the challenge. Click right here. You click on my picture again. It'll take you to that link in my bio. It says Linktree. But that's it. Any other questions? Anybody got any other questions? In the meantime, folks, go register for the quiz. You may say, listen, I ain't ready for change. I ain't ready for that kind of change yet, Kelley. I ain't ready yet. I'm not there yet. The pain of having type 2 diabetes is not bad enough yet. It ain't bad enough yet for me to change. Maybe it's not bad enough yet. But for some people, it is. If you're one of those people that says the pain is bad enough, 14-day challenge is calling your name. But that's it, folks. Shout out to you, Katrina. Click that link in my bio. It's a lot of goodies there if you just got in late. It's a quiz on there. It's a masterclass, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You want to join that challenge, use that discount code ESCAPE. You're going to escape that blood sugar matrix. But here it is, folks. I'm going to leave y'all with this, and we'll be back. We'll be back another day. We'll be back tomorrow, but I'm going to leave y'all with this one. Let you think on it overnight. You see, when we're born, we look like our parents. But when we die, we look like our choices.